Another Minute with Alan, this one entitled, What's Your Story? Now, we all want to get to know some people. Might be a buyer in a business setting, but it could be socially. It could be just trying to make a good impression. Parents, children, friends, colleagues, associates, whatever. And the way to do that is not to talk. The way to do that is to listen. And so how do you get other people talking? I'm going to tell you a very simple technique, which is counter to what I usually talk about, which is how to ask penetrating questions and how to listen and how to stop people and move on. No. I learned this from a guy who was the husband of a woman who was a client of mine. And I was having a meeting in Monaco. And the first time I ever met her husband was on the occasion of cocktails on the first evening in the rooftop bar at this wonderful hotel in Monaco. It was on the hairpin turn where the racing cars go. And we were looking out over the water, and I shook his hand, and we sat down, and we had some hors d'oeuvres, casual cocktail setting. And he said, so Alan, I've heard about you, from my wife. What's your story? I said, well, you don't have time to hear my story. He said, no, I want to hear your story, the whole thing. I said, are you serious? He said, yeah, what's your story? And so I told him, trying to be brief, but it takes a while to tell you a story if you're an adult. And occasionally he'd ask a question or he'd respond, And I immediately liked him. I said to him, how often do you pull this? I recognized what he had done. He said, I do it all the time. He said, and people respond and you get to know them. I said, what about your story? He says, if you insist, I'll tell you, but it's up to you. And so, no matter whom you are with, if you want to create a good impression and you really want to learn something about them, just ask, hey, what's your story?